Hello there, gamers. Sorry for taking a vacation to dead YouTuber land for a bit. I wasn't expecting the next proper video I'm currently making to become as long as it ended up being, so to have something out in the meantime, today I want to talk about something that I've been seeing a lot for a while now. Something that you may have been seeing a lot for a while now too as well. Sometimes I'll just go online to do whatever goofy online stuff there is to do, and then I'll stumble upon a post or a video of somebody ranting about how video games are not fun anymore, or the more dramatic phrase of gaming is dying or gaming is dead. Now when I see posts like this, I'm just sort of like, what are you talking about? Games are still fun, gaming doesn't seem to be dying, where's all of this negative energy coming from, epic gamers? Well, alright, I kinda do know where these people are coming from. The modern game industry, while doing well financially, is an industry that is full of problems. Like, no really, there are so many problems going on with modern gaming, it's not even funny. Here are a few examples of problems going on in the game industry that probably weren't problems in the past. Games costing way too much money to produce, games taking forever to create and release, publishers abusing software updates and patches to release unfinished games and have them fixed it later, marketing and advertising overselling a game that couldn't deliver, toxic work environments, microtransactions and other monetization systems. I can go on for a while, but you get the deal. The modern game industry is full of flaws, and in some cases these flaws can interfere with my enjoyment with some games. Whether it be games that I wanted to enjoy being released unfinished, or games that I can't enjoy so much because of the amount of people who went to hell and back just to get it made. So yes, to some degree I do understand where people are coming from when they say that gaming nowadays can be not so enjoyable compared to the past. But here's the thing, the problems that I see with current gaming seems to not be the same problems that these other people are having with current gaming. From what I can tell, these people's main issue with gaming seems to be much more casual than mine, and their main problem with gaming is that simply no good games are being released anymore. And let me just say this right off the bat, if you actually believe that no good games get released anymore, or that there have been no good games as of late, you're wrong. I know that's rather harsh of me, but I'm sorry. 2023 has honestly been a pretty good year for gaming, all things considered. Sure, we may have had a couple of sneakers come and gone, you know, your Redfalls, your Forspokens, your Golems, but there are so many good games to play that have only come out from this year alone. Pizza Tower, Hi-Fi Rush, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Tears of the Kingdom, Fire Emblem Engage, Final Fantasy 16, Octopath Traveler 2, Street Fighter 6, Pikmin 4. Are you guys living under rocks? These are clearly good games I'm seeing, are they? Again, all of them came out just this year alone, and there are still some notable games getting set to release this year, so like, what's up? The only other conclusion I can think of as to why these people believe that games aren't fun anymore is if they only limit themselves to a specific genre or types of games. And guess what? I've discovered that for the most part, the people who say stuff like this are those that actually do limit themselves to playing one type of game. And the most common ones I've seen are those who limit themselves to exclusively playing. Guys, modern FPS games kinda stink. In other words, hey, look at that, the sky's blue. Seriously though, if I have to name one genre of games that is currently suffering from a massive case of what the kids are currently calling it these days, falling off, it is the modern day online first-person shooter. What can I say that hasn't been said about these types of games? They are incredibly repetitive, bland in terms of visuals, have the most toxic of communities, incorporate the most sadistic revenue models from the loot boxes to the battle passes. Oh yeah, and the fact that a majority of first-person shooter franchises that were big in the 2000s have all gone on to become mid as hell after the decade. I know that's rather mean for me to say, but I don't know, maybe they should work on making the place of eternal suffering after death not mid. So yeah, if I were to be a big fan of these types of games and to only play these types of games, I would say that gaming isn't fun anymore. And surprise surprise, when I take a closer look at the profiles of the people who make these kinds of posts, I usually find out through their recent activity or through some kind of linked game account like Steam or PSN that they only play these types of games or at least one type of game. It's either that or it's some kind of popular streamer or esports player who again are suffering from the exact same problem, only playing one type of game. This kind of issue can easily be resolved by simply trying out a variety of other game genres past the ones that you are used to, but here's the other thing. Most people don't do that. One common thing I've seen from people who say that gaming isn't fun is that whenever somebody else replies to them with a game or a bunch of games as a recommendation, their response to them are usually something along the lines of, oh, I don't play those types of games, so they don't count. Okay? Unlucky, I guess? Call me a bit loony here, but I don't really think that people who don't play or are even aware about a wide variety of games should give their thoughts on gaming as a whole. Gaming is more than just the Call of Duties, the FIFAs, and the Grand Theft Autos. Gaming is an entertainment medium with a wide variety of different genres from there to choose from. But I know that people are not really interested in choosing other genres either because they're not up for trying something new or they're not as popular as, like, I don't know, Fortnite or something. And that's fine. Some people just play certain games because they're popular or they like them, them or because their friends are playing it, and there's no problem in doing that. But you cannot go on and then say that the entirety of gaming is not fun anymore or it's dying because you find yourself getting bored of the handful of games you've gotten sick of. I think another factor as to why people think gaming blows nowadays is because of nostalgia. Look, there's nothing wrong with longing in the past. I mean, I myself am guilty for doing that very thing, but the fact of the matter is that it's typically very hard, if not impossible, to try to relive the past. Sure, you can always reminisce and feel all melancholy over things that are now only a memory, but believe me, trying to recapture those past feelings with modern things just simply won't work. It's just a gateway to being very miserable and very sad. This goes for anything really. I can theoretically sit down on my ass crisscross applesauce while watching Bluey or something, but it won't be the same as it was when I was 3 when I was watching, I don't know, Oswald or something, because I'm an adult and I simply have other things to worry about. Even if the next Call of Duty game ends up becoming like the greatest COD game ever made or something, there will still be a handful of people who will say that, oh, it didn't hit the same because it didn't live up to the memories of them playing Modern Warfare 2 back in 2010 with their friends. This goes back to the whole try playing something new thing I briefly said before. I know trying something new is very intimidating for a lot of people, but trust me, it'll be a better investment of your time than just playing like, I don't know, your 200th round of FIFA. Try out genres of games that look interesting to you. In this current day of age of looking up reviews and playthroughs of games on Google, it has become pretty easy to see which games would be up your alley before needing to buy them. Explore indie games, please, I beg of you. Indie games get a lot of flack from the general game audience because they don't have the fanciest graphics or the highest marketing budgets, but you'd be surprised over how many high quality and fun indie games there are out there waiting to be played by people if given the chance. Ever heard of something called Cuphead, old man? And really, that's the main thing I want you all to take away from this video. If you've gotten sick of a video game or a certain type of video game, try a game that is unlike anything you have ever played before and one that looks fun to you. You may end up finding enjoyment from something that you may have never knew about before. Why try to recapture the memories from the past when you can have fun doing something new in the present and then reminisce about that in the future? Anyways, yeah, that's all I wanted to say about the whole gaming is dead or games are no longer fun anymore mentality I've been seeing a lot for a while. Again, the best thing to do is to just explore new types of games and see where that takes you. Oh yeah, and then there are those people who say that gaming blows nowadays because of them being more diverse than they were before. I don't know what you want me to say about that, like okay, unlucky, I guess, clown school is around the corner.